Hey MMA fans, Cage Mind, your host Miika Frankl here doing another interview, continuing in our series focusing on women's MMA. We're glad to be joined by Lisa Ellis, who will be the co-main event for the Invicta Fighting Championship event April 29th, streaming free on YouTube. How you doing, Lisa, and how is training going so far?
I'm doing good, thank you. Training is going really well. We're currently on a small road trip training, cross-training a little bit with a few other gyms, and just having a good time, getting in great shape and getting ready for this fight.
So, can you put into words what it means to you and how it feels to be a part of this historical card?
Being part of Invicta and being the co-main event, it's pretty exciting for me, and I'm really honored that they chose me as one of their top frontrunner girls to showcase. So it's just a great experience, and I think it'll just keep getting better.
Right. Earlier this week, I had done an interview with your opponent, Jessica Penne, and she really broke it down as you're both veterans, you're both well-rounded, and she just really feels that the two of you together are going to put on a really good show and put this organization have everyone talking about them on Monday with help of your guys' fight. Did you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I definitely plan on. I agree with her. I plan on putting on a very good show. We are both vets. I've been around a little bit longer than Jessica has. With a little bit different background, so I think it's going to be a really big challenge for her. So I'm excited. I've come off 2 fight losing streaks, so this fight is a lot, and fighting at 105 is a lot different for me as well. It's 10-pound difference. And it's just a whole different mentality game for me, quite honestly, at 105 versus 115. It's a little more serious for me. I don't know why I don't take 115 as serious, but the struggle to make weight and everything entails a bit more work for me, and I'm on point, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be very fun.
So is there a different comfort level between the weight classes, or is it that extra work you put in that to drop the weight, it just makes you that much more into it, would you say? Or
yeah, I think it's a little bit of the mental game, having to cut weight, having to struggle a little bit more, having to fight a little bit more. Deep down deep, you really have to find more of your true colors when it comes to, getting your body weight to at 10 to 13%. It's a struggle for women to do that, and it's heavy discipline. And I walk around normally 115 to 123 tops if I'm not eating at all very good for quite a while. We typically eat really well, and our nutrition, that's the main portion of keeping low BMI is your nutrition, as well as the working out, of course. But maintaining good nutrition, that's what we do pretty consistently. So having to get extra strict is nice for me. I really like the challenge. I like to be challenged, I guess. That's what it is.
So is there a difference that you feel while you're fighting between the 2 weight classes? Because walking around, there's the huge, debate in male mixed martial arts, guys like Frankie Edgar who get in the cage at weight, basically, and then there's guys that cut a lot of weight. Do you feel the difference in yourself when you cut to when you're not cutting, really?
Yeah, I do. I feel a big difference. I feel really strong and big at 105. I still feel pretty strong at 115, but as the sport's gotten more interest, the girls' discipline levels have gone up, and the girls are a lot bigger now. I fought at 135 as well, weighing 119, and it wasn't too big of a deal. But now, the girls are a lot better. So 105 feels a lot better for me. As far as strength and again, all the extra conditioning to get to that weight is empowering, and then following a very good nutrition plan makes you feel even better. So I wouldn't follow as strict of a nutrition plan at 115, which it does play dividends in your performance.
And you've already acknowledged yourself you're on that 2-fight skid right now, and those were both at 115, right?
Yes.
So is the move to 105 part of changing things up, and are there other things that you're doing to kind of change things up, liven up the camp this time, switch it up for you, break the normal cycle, do something different?
Yeah, like I said, 115, that's where I walk. I don't feel too bad, the girls were 1 and 2 that I lost to in the world, so it's not too defeating. Obviously you don't like to lose, but I also learned a lot. I kind of wiped the Megumi fight out of my consciousness. It was just a really, really, really terrible time in my life. No excuses by any means, why I lost. Megumi, nothing taken away from her. Megumi is absolutely amazing. She's an amazing athlete, competitor. So I don't know. That fight kind of goes away in my head. And then the Jessica fight, being a loss, it was a huge learning lesson for me. I went out there and I actually stood the whole entire time, which I've never done. My stand-up's getting better. It's not the most perfect by any means. So that's one thing I've been really working on is my stand-up and my comfortability levels. And throughout my career, it's been hard to really develop that because I've always been so darn small. Everybody's always been so big. You don't really form a really good offensive stand-up from that, I don't feel. So these last about 2 years, I've had more partners my size, so it's been a blessing, and it's kind of given me a little bit, especially this last year, it's kind of given me a rebirth on this MMA, and then with Invicta coming up, again, another exciting thing, so it's kind of livened me up a little bit. I'm getting old, I think. I don't know. Oh.
Not at all. You're still young in MMA. Especially because it's just getting enough attention now. No, you need to stick around for a while longer.
I know. I need to leave my mark, and I've been waiting for that opportunity to really leave a mark. And
So would you say for those of us? Sorry. Would you say for those of us that got to see you in Bellator and we saw you at 115 pounds, that we're going to see a reborn, rejuvenated, kind of different you now, especially with the training time put in and at the different weight class?
Yeah, you're just going to see a better, tougher Lisa Ellis. That's what you're going to see. I'm faster, I'm stronger, I'm more confident, I'm older, I'm more mature. So things are just definitely looked at in a whole different spectrum now. I've got 4 world championships under my belt for Gila grappling. So the confidence level is a little bit different. I'm excited to showcase. I'm very well rounded. I've got heavy hands. I've got good hands. The trick is just letting them go. Letting my body just go and not really sitting there thinking. I feel like I did that with the Jessica fight a lot. I rewatched that fight and I'm like, darn it. What are we? And I remember in that fight just going, I felt like there was, I don't know why, but like reins on me, like holding me back for some reason. I didn't allow myself to let go. So that's been also something I've been working on as well.
So how do you work on that though? Do you just kind of get into sparring, put the headgear on, and just kind of start throwing at each other? Just try to learn to accept it, or what's the technique mentally to get over that? Just I'm gonna be punched, I'm gonna stand in the pocket and throw back.
Mainly, I think it's been working with my coach for like the last year and a half. Specifically on kickboxing. I instruct kickboxing at my school. I teach it. I can do it. I can tell you how to do it and do things. Sparring definitely helps the situation. And again, having more people my size these last few years has allowed me to open my confidence and be able to get in, get out, and really explore putting combinations together and just putting things together. More experience. So it's not really specifically getting in there one time and just biting down on your mouthpiece and going for it. It's more, it's been a lot of it, kind of.
Okay.
It's evolving, and a lot of teaching and a lot of drills and a lot of my own stuff. So, and a lot of watching video and boxing and emulating what they do.
So getting into that point where you're going to stand and strike with someone, how important has head movement and foot movement come, just not the standing in there and striking, if I made that sound too, like two guys are just going to stand there swinging each other, two ladies either way. How important do you think the footwork and the head movement is too in the striking game?
Oh gosh, it's huge. It's huge. It's one of my lesser qualities, I would say, of my MMA abilities. But it's huge. I think it's very huge.
Okay, and then also, we all know you come from a very solid wrestling background. Can you talk a little bit about just how that and all the training for wrestling has helped your work ethic towards building your mixed martial arts repertoire?
Yeah, with my wrestling and the extensive career with that, it's really helped me develop confidence to, first off, just start the sport, and then it's helped me with my ground skills and being able to attack submissions and attack people's weaknesses because of my background in wrestling. So it's been a beneficial thing, and I feel like the most solid fighters out there are at least ones with evolved from a wrestling background.
Okay, and on that too, wondered how important you feel it is for female mixed martial artists to be role models, because you guys are a group of women that are the total packages between looks, athleticism, dedication, determination, and still being feminine all at the same time. How do you feel that you guys portray being role models?
I think we all take different ways of reaching out to be role models. Some girls do some things, some girls do other things. Myself, I just try to be a positive role model as far as leading by example. Not being a hypocrite with what goes on. Not a lot of jive talking with my opponents, more of a respect level instead of this animated WWE build-up. I mean, the Tate Rusi fight got a lot of attention, and, honestly, that got the Invicta fight a lot of attention as well, which is a positive thing. But sometimes it's a little too extreme, and, we are ladies still, and we should be classy, I think, and be a good role model. And, I understand sex sells and those photos and those kinds of things, but if you're going to do it, don't be a hypocrite when other girls use their beauty or that to catapult their careers. And I don't know, it's so different for all of us. I don't know. My husband and I were just talking about that with the photos and just doing that, and it seems like a lot of girls are taking that approach now because they feel they need to do the sexy photos and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's just to each their own. I might still throw some up too, I don't know. Someday.
See, I've been trying to get some women's, aspects and all this stuff, because I find myself as the rare fight fan. You tell me there's a fight on anywhere and I can watch it, and it's MMA, I'm watching it. I could care where it is, who's on the card, you tell me when and where it is, and it's on TV or on the internet, I'll find it, I'll be there watching because I love the whole sport. But there are those aspects of selling the fight. And then you bring up your husband. How is that aspect? You have one of the closest trainer-to-fighter relationships out there. How is that with you guys, and then how is that for your relationship constantly being together?
It's a lot of fun. Actually, he just distracted me just now, so I missed half his question. It's a lot of fun. We work well together. We don't get into too many arguments. We both get a little tense from time to time. I think just that's part of being a professional athlete, and your uncomfortabilities of hunger sometimes and training hard and strain. But he's a great coach. He's everything that matters for my fighting and for me. He's there for me always. He takes care of me. He helps me. So he's great. He's just absolutely great.
Awesome. Was wondering how that aspect worked out between you guys. Next question I wanted to ask is, we know you're a veteran of 21 fights. Which has been your favorite place to go to for a fight? Where have you traveled? Japan?
Japan, by far. The first experience is, of course, is one you always cherish when you go somewhere for the first time, and it was just so exciting, and couldn't believe we were there. It was amazing. And then when I won, they bring you over there, like Jessica even said in one of her interviews, they bring you over there to lose. And when the American girls actually do win, it's pretty awesome, and it creates a little stir over there and a buzz, which I won my first fight, so they brought me back several times after that. It was just such a blessing. It was so fun. It was great.
Okay. Then got like 3 last questions for you. This weekend we know is the big John Jones-Rashad Evans fight, but it started off, as they were 2-part training partners, and then now they're fighting. What's your feeling on training partners and a championship coming between them? Should they fight? Should it be a big a deal as it is?
I don't know. There's so many variables all to that. You know what I mean? The background. There's so many variables. It could be a variety of different situations for both gentlemen and situations. Gosh, if you guys are both top guys and you're at a gym, then you should fight, probably. Nobody should be really butthurt, I don't think, about, if you guys are the best guys out there, it should be an off. But I could see the challenges of that. It wouldn't first choice by any means, but if it boiled down to you two being the best, then I guess you just fight. Or you leave the fight camp and start training somewhere else. I don't know. I can't really follow all that between those two in particular. But I think Jones is going to smash.
I didn't mean them in particular. I meant what was your feelings kind of on a training partner versus training partner situation. It was just that they have, brought in it so much to the forefront of what everybody's talking about. But I have the same feelings.
Like I said, I don't, I think if you guys are then the best, then I guess you should probably fight each other, But other than that, I can't say no, because if you guys are both the best, that's pretty badass, But I don't know.
Okay.
I definitely wouldn't want to fight my training partner. That, again, wouldn't be my first choice, but...
Okay.
The pay is good, and you guys are both getting paid in publicity,
and wanted to
why not then, I guess.
And wanted to get your input on an upcoming fight. Megumi Fujii's gonna fight Jessica Aguilar. You've been in the cage with each. Who do you think's gonna come out on top in that battle?
That's a good one. Jessica's overall everything is, she's improved dramatically. I don't know. I honestly think us top 3. Granted, I've lost to Megumi twice. Everything. And I just recently lost to Jessica. I really think who maybe has a better day. It's such a toss-up. Megumi is getting kind of more. She's been doing it longer than Jessica, and so maybe she's a little more over it, maybe. But Megumi's solid. She's so tough, and then Jessica's solid too. So if she's on weight and she's in good shape and everything's going good for both of them, both their camps, I think she could go off, all rounds and be a really close decision. And then again, Megumi could catch her. I don't really know. I'm really excited for that fight too. That's a really good toss-up. What do you think?
I'm looking forward to that fight. The experience factor really does weigh heavily. That their strengths are both the grappling, and Fuji does have that experience. I'm very much looking forward to that one. Jessica's looked good as of late too, and I haven't seen Megumi in a while, so I am looking forward greatly to that one too. Was also wondering on the prospect of, is there any potential that we'll see you fight in Bellator again?
I would love to have my rubber match with Jessica. I'll put that out there. She didn't make weight. She was dramatically overweight. The whole situation was interesting. I didn't really talk much about the fight afterwards because, most every fighter feels slated after a fight. I think, this is my fight. Now, do I necessarily think I won? No, not totally. Do I think she won a unanimous decision? No, not really. I think it was a little bit closer fight than that. So I would like to see a rubber match with Jessica, have her make weight this time, and have us go at it a third time. May as well. So it was such a close fight last time. It just And you know what? And also, just throwing this one out there as well, and a few other ladies might jump on this bandwagon. I don't want to fight her in Florida. I will fight Jessica. We could fight her in Washington. I actually have a promoter that could probably bring her up if we wanted to ever fight outside of Bellator, but if I did rematch Jessica, it will not be in Florida.
I could understand not wanting to go back into American top team country there again.
Yeah. It's been, I think, a controversial subject a couple times with a few other girls. I think. Don't quote me.
It won't quote you. I could understand that. Would love to see that fight again. Thank you very much for your time. Kept you on a little longer than I said I would. Everyone make sure to watch Invicta Fighting Championships April 28th. It's a free stream on YouTube. And now we'll give you, Lisa, some time to shout out sponsors, training partners, whoever, whatever. It's for you now.
Yeah, we have United Training Center up in Olympia, Washington. I owned the gym the last about 6 years. It's a great gym, a lot of amateurs. We have several guys turning pro this year. So it's just a great, well-rounded team. So I really, honestly, couldn't do it without them. Then I have awesome people in my life, Slade from Tussle, Slade and Molly. And we have a local Hawks Prairie Automotive. They've been very supportive, as well as Clinch Custom Mouth Guards, ENP, Vice Alice, Body by 90-day challenge. I've been using that for this fight, and that's been sponsored to me, so that's been awesome. So it's been a good run for this, and a lot of support, a lot of supporting people. So thank you, everybody, if I missed anyone.
All right, that was Lisa Ellis. She's going to be taking on Jessica Penne. I look forward to seeing a great fight. And everyone, again, remember to tune in to Invicta Fighting Championships, April 28th on YouTube. It's free streaming. This has been Cage Minds. Uncage the warrior within yourself, and have a good night.